First, hello Venusian 2024. While we are waiting for other friends to join, don't forget to fill your attendance by scanning the barcode on the screen or accessing the link below. Thank you. Okay, I will remind you again. Hello Venusian 2024. While we are waiting for other friends to join, don't forget to fill your attendance by scanning the barcode on the screen or accessing the link below. Thank you. Okay, before we start today's agenda, there are several rules that all of you have to follow. First, if you have any questions, you can only be asked during the Q&A session by pressing the raise hand button, then unmute your microphone, or if you are still shy, you can type your question in the chat column. Second, attendees must mute the microphone and turn the camera on. Then, attendees are forbidden to press the share screen button. And last but not least, attendees have to fill the attendance by scanning the barcode or accessing the link below. Okay, let's get this started. Welcome Venusian 2024. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry, good evening. Good afternoon, I'm sorry. Namo Samgyang Adi Budaya, Namo Budaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Okay, hello everyone. How are you guys doing during this pandemic? I hope you are all in good condition. First of all, let me say congratulations to all of you and welcome to Venus University. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Elsa and I am in charge of guiding you all in today's events. Spiritual session is one of the routine activities usually carried out by KMBD. Usually, we hold spiritual session as a form of our devotion to respect Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha in our lives. And every spiritual session that KMBD carries out, of course, has a fun theme and is very much related to our daily lives. Okay, this spiritual session will continue with the recitation of Parita, which will be led by our friends Dema and Krishna. Dema and Krishna, are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, well, Dema and Krishna, please.
Okay, good morning everyone. Namo Sanghyang Adi Budaya, Namo Buddhaya. Namo
Namo
Buddhaya.
Buddhaya.
Before we start today's session, let us to recite the Parita chanting together. Please take Anjali position. Arahang sama sambuddho bhagava Buddhang bhagavantang abhivademi.
Bhagawa, the Exalted One, who has attained supreme enlightenment, I kneel in front of Buddha, the Blessed One.
Swakhato bhagavata dhammo dhammang namasami.
Dhamma has completely expounded by the Blessed One. I kneel in front of Dhamma.
Supatipanno bhagavato sawaka sangho sanghang namami.
Sangha, the student of Bhagawa, has acted perfectly. I kneel in front of Sangha.
Handamayang buddhassa bhagavato pubbabhaganamakarang karomase.
Let us make initial homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One. Homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One. Homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One.
Handamayang saranagamana parthang bharnamase.
Let us read protection verse.
Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
I go for refuge to the Buddha. I go for refuge to the Dhamma. I go for refuge to the Sangha. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Buddha. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Dhamma. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Sangha. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Buddha. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Dhamma. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Sangha.
Handamayang pancasikha padaparthang bharnamase.
Let us read the 5 precepts.
Panatipata Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccācara Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musawada Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadarthana Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
I undertake to abide by the precept to abstain from killing. I undertake to abide by the precept to abstain from stealing. I undertake to abide by the precept to abstain from sexual misconduct. I undertake to abide by the precept to abstain from lying. I undertake to abide by the precept to abstain from liquor that causes intoxication and heedlessness.
Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata. May all living beings be happy. Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
Okay, thank you for Dema and Krishna. Next, we will listen to Dhamma Desana with the topic Becoming Dharmic Students, which will be delivered by Mr. Ponijan Liao. He is #1 communicator in Asia, president of Energetic People Development Center, and one of Venus University lecturer. So let's get to know Mr. Ponijan Liao and listen to Dhamma Desana from him. For Mr. Ponijan Liao, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Elsa. So let me share the screen. You have to stop your screen first, please. Yes. Okay, a minute. Okay. So welcome all Venusians 2024. So I'm very happy to be with you today. So this is the first time for me to deliver the motivation through online. Usually I'm live in front of all the students, but today I'm in front of you too, but in the other kind of media. Okay, since we have a very short time, so I'll try to discuss about becoming Dharmic students. I know all of you coming from different.
All the above, all the above.
No, the
All
admin,
the above.
the admin should shut down all the voices. Okay, so it doesn't disturb. Okay, so I know you come from different provinces in Indonesia. Okay, and then coming from different kinds of schools of Buddhism, but it doesn't matter. No matter what your school is, the most important thing, we go to the core teaching of the Buddha. So that's why I make the title Becoming Dharmic Students. First of all, let's see what is the meaning of Dharmic in here. Please pay attention. Dharmic here means that the principle or law that orders the universe. So all the teachings, all the orders, all the laws that order the universe, right, are called the Dharma, actually, right? And then the second definition of Dharmic is individual conduct in conformity with this principle. So you just have read the Parita Panchasila, right? So with the translation, very good translation read by who? By Meda, right? Was that Meda who read the translation just now? Okay, very good English with very great pronunciation. Okay, so all things that related to Dharma, all things that related to the teaching of universe are called Dharma. So now the question is, you have understood the definition of dharmic, right? So everything related to the teaching of the universe. So doing good, we don't need religion to understand that something is good in the universe. Is that right? Helping people is good. You don't need the teaching of the Buddha. Everybody knows that that is a good way of doing something as a human being. So all the good things are dharmic. So now the question is how to become a dharmic student. So all of you, if you're studying now in Venus University, you want to be a dharmic students. So I'll give you the way how to become the dharmic students. So once again, since we have time constraint, today I just give you one verse of the Buddha's teaching in Dhammapada 183 that says, okay, let me read you and then try to explain you further what this verse means. Okay, Dhammapada 183 says, not to do evil, to cultivate merit, to purify one's mind. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Okay, so please look at the last statement. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. What does it mean? It means that, as you know, right, you have learned about the history of the Buddha. We have 28 Buddhas up to now, right? 28 Buddhas. So the last sentence of this verse means all Buddhas have the same teaching. What are the teachings? What are the teachings that all Buddhas have? The teachings are not to do evil, to cultivate merit, to purify one's mind. These are the teachings of all Buddhas. No matter the first Buddha, Dipankara, for example, the second Buddha, and so on until the 28th Buddha, Buddha Gautama, they have the same teaching that is called Dharma, right? Verse 183. Okay, now let's see one by one. The first line of this verse, not to do evil. This is very simple. This is still a passive thing. You don't need to do anything to do this, actually, right? I should say, you do not need to have extra energy to do the first line of Dhammapada verse 183. Not to do evil. Just sit down. Don't think of bad things. Don't disturb someone's work. Don't disturb your lecturer's work. Don't talk when your lecturers are teaching, for example. You have done the first line. Very easy, isn't it? So when someone is asking you to help him to do something, to lift his heavy things, for example, and that you can't do it, you just sit down, say nothing, do nothing, think nothing. You have done the first line. That is passive, very easy. You understand that? So when later on, when you go to class, right? Since I'm a lecturer, so when you go to class, your lecturer is explaining, your lecturer is teaching in front of the class, describing something to all of you, just sit down. Do not talk, right? Do not react to anything. Do not think of anything. You have done the first line. It's very easy. So remember, this verse is teaching you very easy way to become a dharmic student. Okay, that is the first line, means the passive one. The second line is, okay, you can pay attention to the second line. Second line is to cultivate merit. This is active. This is active. Since the first line is passive, the second line is active. To cultivate merit. What does it mean? I'm pretty sure KMPD has done a lot of things, social activities to the poor, for example, to the needies, for example, right? So those are the activities to prove that you are running, you are doing the second line of Dhammapada verse 183, to cultivate merit. Like today, for example, right? After listening to this, when you go home, or you are at home actually, right? You don't go anywhere. Yeah, you don't go anywhere. Work from home. Everybody is at home, or at least in the boarding house, right? In your own in your respective boarding house. So after this, for example, you want to do the second line. To cultivate the merit is easy. How to do that? When you go to warung, right? Students, warung Tegal is the friend of all the students of BINUS, right? Warung Tegal, Indomie, those are your best friends. I know that very well, right? So when you go to, let's say you want food stall, Warung Tegal. You go to a food stall and then you see a very old man, a very old woman, right? They or he or she doesn't have enough money to buy food. And you remember Dhammapada verse 183, second line is teaching us as Buddhists to do something good, to cultivate merit, to improve, to develop merit. So you remember, then you come to the man, to the woman, and then you say, excuse me, madam, can I buy you some food? That is also a good merit. Okay, the next one, especially to the new students, Binusian 2024, remember, I like to tell my students, when you are queuing up for your lift, for your elevator in Binus, yeah, sorry for the students in Kemanggisan, you don't have any lift, right? You don't have any lift. You have to walk up, right? From the first floor to the, I don't remember, maybe there are 3 or 4 floors in Binus Kemanggisan, right? Because my last time teaching was in February. After that pandemic, then I had to do everything online until today. Okay, so for example, Binusian 2024, and all of you, especially the organizers of KMPD, remember, when you're queuing up for the lift, and then your lecturers are also queuing up for the lift, remember the second line of Dhammapada verse 183, don't compete with your lecturers to get the space in the lift. You have to let your lecturers to have the space in the lift first. You know what happened? I like to tell my students was, when the lift was open, right? The students who stood just right in front of the door of the lift, pretended not to see the lecturers who were queuing up in front of them. You understand that? So when the lift was open, the lecturer was queuing up. The lecturers were queuing up in front of the lift. The students inside the lift pretended not to see that there were lecturers who were queuing up in front of the lift. They tried to, to turn their eyes to the other side, something like this. You see? When the lift was closed, they started to look to the front again. This is bad. This is not doing the second line of verse 183. So I'm pretty sure after listening to this, later on, when you are in the lift, right, and the lift was open, the door was open, right, or the door is open, so your lecturer is waiting in front of the lift, let your lecturer be in. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. You have done the second line of Dhammapada verse 183. It's very simple, my beloved students, right? So it's very easy to do the second line. So in your boarding house, for example, right, when your friends need something, for example, your friends have late transfer from his or her parents, right? They borrow your money. But for you who are borrowing the money, please do not forget to return your debt. Most of the students, when the time calls, they pretend not to remember that they have debts to pay. This is bad. It means that you do not do the second line of verse 183 in Dhammapada. Okay, so when your friends need money, for example, in a very critical situation and condition, okay, they come to you and say, for example, Meda, please lend me your money. I need 1 million today. If you don't lend me your money, I will be out today. Right? The hostess is very, very cruel, even crueler than stepmother. So if you don't lend me the money, I will not be here anymore. Don't you pay pity on me, for example. So you have to lend that person. That person is in a very great depression, in a great stress, right? So if you don't lend him or her the money, so maybe she or he will not survive, and then you will find him or her somewhere else, maybe in newspaper. There is one student jumping down from the third floor of Binus. So of course we don't expect this happen. So that's why this is something good. But once again, my fellow students, don't forget to return. Don't forget to pay back your debt. That's more important. Okay? That's the second line. Very easy. You know, when I'm teaching, I try to simplify anything. Yeah, with the examples, including when I'm teaching in class, right? So hopefully one day I don't know whether the international students actually, you know, from 5 years ago, I am expecting, you know, to teach this international students for character building, but I don't get the class, right? So maybe next time, I don't know. I just had one class of international class in Binus. Okay, now let's go to the third line, my fellow students or fellow friends. The third line is to purify one's mind. Okay, to purify one's mind. What does it mean? It means that, okay, so if you remember when before we started this program, the committee has played one spiritual music. Is that right? What do you call that music? Is it Om Mani Padme Hum or what? I forget the title of that. Who can remind me of that music? What is that? What do you call that? The music that you played in the beginning before we start. Anybody remember that? Okay, that's okay if you don't remember, but at least what I'm trying to tell you through the music is contemplation, meditation is one of the best ways to improve, to purify your mind. In general, right? In universe, more people call it as positive mind. When your mind is positive, when you think something constructive, when you think everything in a good way, means that actually you are trying to purify your mind. There is no negative thinking. I know this is not easy. For example, for you who have boyfriends or girlfriends, when your boyfriends are going somewhere, right? So you will ask, where are you going? With whom are you going? What are you eating? What are you doing? Finally, the boyfriends become the victim in the city, right? They cannot go anywhere. The girlfriends keep thinking something negative about their boyfriends. This is not in accordance with the third line of Dhammapada verse 183. So you can ask later on, right? You can ask later on. I give you, space to ask questions after this. So if you say, is it wrong if I think that way? No, that's not wrong. But it becomes wrong when that becomes over, right? Every minute you check, where are you? Are you with a girl or are you with a man? Right? The same thing. I know. So the boyfriend answers the question, for example, no, I am alone. And the girl says, please video call me. You understand that? Please video call me. The boyfriend says, I'm sorry, my camera is out of order today. So let me do it tomorrow. So this kind of thing, actually, if you don't trust, if you have a boyfriend, if you have a girlfriend that is like a detective that way, right? So my suggestion is better for you to think it over, to have that kind of boyfriend or girlfriend. The same thing happens to the boyfriend who is very, very possessive, very possessive. Every minute, yeah, asking the girlfriend through WhatsApp, for example, through Line, whatever, all kinds of, media to check the existence of his girlfriend. That also makes you having bad or negative way of thinking. Once again, if that is done over, right? If that is not done over, fine. So be careful. To purify one's mind means try to meditate, try to contemplate. When you are doing the contemplation, right contemplation and right meditation, I'm pretty sure your mind is more stable. What I mean is your mind is trying to think something in a positive way. For example, when your boyfriend is going somewhere, since the trust between you two, right, has been agreed upon since from the beginning when you are matching together, I think just let him or her go as long as you have had the commitment. So if you don't have the commitment, I'm afraid the third line of Dhammapada verse 183 is not easy to be done. You understand that? Because you keep having a negative thinking. So why you make yourself, right? You withdraw yourself, you make yourself drown in the negative thinking every day because of boyfriend, because of your girlfriends. So better for you to stop with him, to stop with her, right? So that you can practice the third line of Dhammapada in verse 183. That is the meaning of that. So once again, my fellow brothers and sisters in Dharma, remember, it's not easy to become a dharmic student. It's not difficult to become a dharmic student, right? It's easy to become dharmic students. Just do the 3 lines of Dhammapada 183, everything will be done. All Buddhas have the same teaching. So from now on, if you cannot help, do not make people in trouble. You have done line 1, right? When you have money, you can donate. You have done line 2, right? If you have time, you meditate, you contemplate, think everything in a positive way, think everything in a constructive way, right? Think everything in a good way. You have done the third line. It's very easy. So that's why when committee asked me, what is the title? I told the committee, easy. Just ask the students to become Dharmic students. You know, my fellow brothers and sisters in Dharma, why you need to do this? Let me tell you one story to close this, and then we go to question and answer if you have questions. Last year in December, I went to India. I went to India. When I went to India, actually, I just planned to stay or to enjoy New Delhi, the capital city of India, right? New Delhi. You read that New Delhi, right? In English or in Bahasa Indonesia, the same. There is no H, New Delhi. Whether although the spelling is Delhi, you read Delhi. I just planned to stay in New Delhi, but I remember there was a legend, a legendary woman in another part of India who was not a Hindus, but very very legendary. She was a legend. And then I went there. Does anyone know who is the lady I'm talking about? Who knows that? Anybody knows? From New Delhi, I flight, domestic flight, to that city. This is the closing story I'm going to tell you, in accordance with why I am hoping, I'm expecting you to become a dharmic student, each of you. This is the relation of the story. Who was the lady? Anybody remembers? Yes, please. Who can tell me? The place, I just give you the clue. The place, the city is Kolkata. Before we call Calcutta, but today it becomes Kolkata. That's the new name of that city. Anybody knows who the lady was? Who? Madame Teresa. Madame Teresa. My beloved students, remember, Madame Teresa was a Catholic pastor. Is that right? Catholic pastor. Why? There are so many Hindus in the area, in the Kolkata especially, in the whole India in general, love her very much. And some churches were built in Kolkata. I went there, I saw them, right? Why? Because Madame Teresa did not speak much. She did not say much. What she did was doing the three things I told you in Dhammapada. She did not do evil. She cultivated merit. She purified her mind. You understand what I mean? For example, when you are doing good, me, I have been teaching in business for more than 20 years, although just 2 classes every semester, right? I've been teaching for 20 years. I try my best. I'm trying my best until today to do good in front of students, right? I have many students. Of course, you know, in one class, we have many students, right? Maybe 40, maybe 50, sometimes 60 students, right? With various religions. But when students look at me, wow, Dr. Pony Jan Liao is a very kind lecturer. He did what he preached, right? He keeps what he promises. That is the teaching of the Buddha. And the students will ask, what Dr. Ponijan Liao's religion? You understand what I mean? So let's say you become a dharmic student, or you become dharmic students. Everybody will see you. Everybody will view you. Everybody will ask in their hearts, if they don't dare to ask you right away, what is the religion of Melza? What is the religion of Elsa? What is the religion of who? Stephen, for example. What is the religion of who? Right? So this is very important. You don't need to preach very much. You don't need to preach very long just to prove that you are a good Buddhist. Just do it. Everybody will look at that. You understand that? So from today, please become dharmic students until people have great impression, like all the Hindus in Kolkata had great impression on Madame Teresa. And in the end of her life, Madame Teresa was elected and one of the honorary citizen, as one of the honorary citizens of India. And when she passed away, I look at her corpse also in the temple in Kolkata, right? She got the, the ceremony from the country as a, honorary citizen of India. This is great. Okay, I think that is all. Yeah, for you. Due to the short time, I hope you understand. And then from today, when you meet me in class later on, hopefully we meet together in the class, right? Or you meet me somewhere else, I hope that you understand already how to become Dharmic students. Okay, one more before you go to question and answer. Please, you can follow me in my social media. This one, I'm active in Instagram, and all the pictures here I will put in Instagram after this. Yeah, so your face will be there. Make sure you show your good face so everybody will follow you, right? Okay, don't forget. And I'm very blessed. My Instagram already has blue tick. I'm sorry for you who do not have the blue tick yet. Okay, back to the moderator, please. Thank you. I stopped the share. Thank you, please.
Okay, thank you to Mr. Ponijan Riao for the Dhamma Desana that has been given to us. Then for those of you who have questions for Mr. Ponijan Riao, we will open a Q&A session. You can immediately press the raise hand button, then you are allowed to unmute your microphone, or if you are still embarrassed or still shy, you can directly write your question in the chat column. Because the topic this time is very interesting for us as young people, or maybe you can share any questions or thoughts that might be resolved in this session. So come on guys, let's ask, because asking the questions is free and we should be able to be active in all activities.
That's right. Free today, pay tomorrow.
Yes, that's right. So for everyone, let's ask questions, because this time is very interesting for us as students as well. We can learn anything.
Anyone? Please.
So I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
Ponijan Liao.
Okay.
We have a questions
Yes.
for Mr. Ponijan Liao
Mm-hmm.
from the, maybe he said that, is smoking a sin?
Smoking.
Yeah.
Okay. It means that the questioner must be a smoker. or a girl who asks the questions, yeah, on behalf of her boyfriend, or a girl is asking the question because the boyfriend is here. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Sin, the definition of sin is not, the terminology in Buddhism. We don't have the terminology of sin in Buddhism. So what I should say is bad karma or good karma. So when you ask the questions, if smoking is a bad karma, I should say no. I should say no. As long as you do not smoke in front of people, and you blow up the smoke in front of people like this, it becomes bad karma. So when you are smoking alone, sitting alone in the corner of the canteen, sitting alone in the corner of your boarding house, it doesn't make anybody disturbed, it's fine. But the bad karma will come to you just in the form of your health condition. Is that right? But if in the Buddhism, you say, is that a bad karma? No, right? As long as you don't blow up the smoke to the other people, you don't disturb other people, right? Just one thing, your health condition might be disturbed by the smoking. Okay, that's it. Elsa.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Mr. Ponijan Riao. So next we have questions from Brian Hashiana. He said that, what if the friend we lend the money light, is it still a merit for us?
Still, sorry, lending the money to friends?
Yeah,
And
that
then?
light is still a merit for us.
Yes, as I told you before. So remember, my beloved students here, brothers and sisters in Dharma, most of you, I'm pretty sure, most of you are living in boarding houses. Is that right? Most of you. Most of you are coming from out of town. So you might be having problems with financial problems. So when your friends need money to pay the boarding house, that is very important. So my suggestion is you lend them. Why? Because if you don't lend them, that is the primary needs for people. Is that right? Primary needs. So just lend them. Okay, that is also doing merit. You're doing good, doing something good, doing good karma. But my suggestion to you, right, who lent the money, don't forget to pay back. That is what I said. I keep saying this. Why? Because many students, when they got the money, they forget to pay back their debt. That's the problem. Okay? When you're lending the money, you have done something good. When you are giving back the money, right, you're paying back the money to the person who lent you the money, that is also doing good. Okay? Elsa.
Okay, that's the answer, Brian. So next questions we have from Kenji. He said, if we have an enemy that has hurt or bothered us, how do we respond to them?
Okay, so do you remember Dhammapada verse 100? Sorry, verse 5? Do you know the Dhammapada verse 5? I have, so you can download later on. All right, Dhammapada. Let me try to open. I read it in English, so the English will be correct one. I mean, right? So you download Sariputta later on. Sariputta. In Sariputta, you have Dhammapada in English version, in Mandarin version, in Pali version, and in Bahasa Indonesia version. Sariputta. Yeah, that is a free application in iOS or in Android. Let me read you. Okay. Someone who, right, hurt you. Okay. Dhammapada verse 5. Let me read you the English version. This is a very good question. Okay. Let me read you and try to read it further. Okay. What it says in verse 5, hatred is indeed never appeased, never, right, solved by hatred in this world. It is appeased or it is solved only by loving kindness. This is an ancient law. Dhammapada verse 5. So remember this. So when someone hurts you, he hits you, and then you hit him back. Dhammapada verse 5 says, the hatred will never go. And remember, my beloved students, when you hate someone till the end of your life, unfortunately, the hatred will continue to the next of your lives. So why don't you seize it? Why don't you stop it? By remembering Dhammapada verse 5. Hatred will never be stopped. Hatred will never be solved by hatred. Hatred can only be solved by loving kindness. So for you who are hurt, I'm pretty sure all of you here in the Zoom today, nobody has never been hurt. Is that right? Nobody has never been hurt. So my suggestion is remember Dhammapada verse 5 and remember, why should I think about it? It disturbs my life. I cannot sleep. I cannot eat. I cannot do my activities in a fun way. So everything becomes very negative, very bad. So at the end, it will disturb your health condition. Is that right? So my beloved students, remember carefully, don't care about it. When he hurts you, I know this is not easy. I know this is not easy to do, but at least like this. Remember verse 5, and when you are praying, Sabe Sata Bhavantu Sukhi Tata. I know this is not easy, but when you say Sabe Sata, yeah, Bhavantu Sukhi Tata, don't imagine his or her face who hurts you yet. Don't imagine that yet. Just imagine the whole human beings, right? Why? When you imagine him, sabe sata, then the hatred will come again. I'm afraid of that. So don't imagine, right? Don't picture out her face or his face in front of you when you say, sabe sata, bawantu sukitata. Just in general. Okay, Elsa, that's it.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Mr. Pony General, and also thank you for Kenji. That's a good questions. And next questions we have from unknown.
Yeah.
He or she said, if there is no option left, is it okay to do something that is considered evil to save somebody else?
Uh, the question is contradictory to the life actually.
Mm.
That is like what do you call it in English? I forget that term. That is dilemmatic. Yeah. Oh, I have my friend here, Pak Petrus. How are you, my friend? How can you join, Pak Petrus? I'm still teaching my beloved brothers and sisters in Dharma. You are here.
Yes. Glad to
Thank you, Pak
listen,
Petrus.
glad to
Thank you.
listen and learn about Dhamma.
Ah,
A great man, a great person like Dr. Ponijan.
you see, this is a good friend, as I told you before, right? This is a good friend like Madam Teresa. Thank you, Pak Petrus, yeah? Okay, thank you. Okay, I back to the question, Pak Petrus.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, Elsa, better for the questioner to revise the question because the question is, contradictory in the real life. It's difficult to answer the questions. Okay, maybe you have another question, please.
Okay, I'm sorry for those who ask these questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we next for the next question. It's
Yeah.
from Micheline.
Mm-hmm.
They said if someone telling a white lie, will they get a bad karma?
Okay, good question. So, in American terminologies, there are two kinds of lies. Okay, I will talk about it in Buddhism perspective later on after this. So the two perspectives of lies are, the first one is called black lies. What is black lies? Black lies is the lies for bad purpose. For example, right? Your lecturer or campus is asking you to prepare the money 1 million to buy books. And then you tell your parents, Mom, that campus needs 2 million to buy books, right? And then you corrupt 1 million, that is black lies, right? The purpose is bad. The purpose is not good. Whereas the white lies is, right? This is definition, right? The white lies is something you lie to someone, you lie on something, but for the positive purpose. For example, right? A doctor, a medical doctor, is treating a patient, maybe your neighbor, maybe your relative. Your neighbor or relative is in a very critical situation and condition, right? And then when he or she asks the doctor, Doctor, can you please tell me what kind of syndrome, what kind of sickness I have so far? Impossible, the doctor says. Wow, you are in danger. You are very critical. Your life is less than 2 hours. Be prepared for that. I'm sure not in 2 hours, the patient will pass away, right? If the doctor says or tells the patient the truth right away. It means what? It means that the doctor is telling lies. Is that right? But the lies here is considered the white lies. How about in Buddhism? In Buddhism perspective, lie is lie, right? You will get karma. But the point of the karma or the measure of the karma, the weight of the karma is different from the black lies. When you do something, you tell lies for some good purpose, the weight of the karma still there. The karma will never go anywhere. You still get the karma, but the weight may be lighter compared to the black lies. Another example, Elsa, another example. You remember maybe Pak Petrus and I had the experience when we were kids. I don't know your generation. Maybe in our generation, at least my generation, I got the experience like this. You know, when I went to the kitchen, my mother kept saying, "Don't go to the kitchen. There was a ghost over there. There was a ghost over there." But in fact, there was none. Right? And that is a lie. Is that right? But the purpose is good. Why you are not allowed to go to the kitchen? Because in kitchen we have the hot kettle. We have everything hot in the kitchen, right? So your mother, maybe your mothers are afraid that you touch the hot kettle, for example, or the hot gas stove and everything else, everything else there. So you will be hurt, you will be injured. So that's why your mothers tell or told you lies. And the purpose is positive. The karma, how about the karma? Did your mothers have karma? Yes, they did. But the level of the karma, the weight of the karma is different. Okay, Elsa? That's the answer.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Mr. Ponijanleo, and thank you for Micheline for the questions. But I'm sorry, that's the last questions that we have. So thank you to Mr. Ponijan Liao for the Dhamma Desana that has been given to us. And thank you for everyone who have questions. And then for those of you who have questions to Mr. Ponijan Liao, we will, oh, I'm sorry.
And thank you to Pak Petrus Lakonawa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sorry for all of you who have asked questions, and I apologize for not being able to answer all of them. But thanks to all of you for the enthusiasm, and hopefully what is said can be useful for all of us, and may all living beings be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Can we take picture together? So please switch on the camera.
Okay, next
One last time.
session, we will continue with the photo session with Mr. Ponijan Liao. And for all of you who haven't turned on the camera, please turn the camera on. Just for a while, guys.
Yes.
Okay, for
Okay.
everyone, turn the camera on.
Yeah, this is the first screen. We have 2 screens today. Okay, look at the camera.
Okay. Maybe for a share screen can turn off, so we can.
Oh, you can stop share screen, so we have the full screen then. Yeah, that's right. Okay, the second screen.
Okay, for first photo, let's pose Anjali.
Oh, Anjali.
Yeah, Anjali. Okay, if you guys ready, I'll count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, second screen.
Okay.
There are so many students do not switch on their camera.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pak Petrus. Thank you, KMBD. Okay, wish all of you luck, and then hopefully we meet in class later on. I don't know when we have the offline class, right? We still have the online class today. Thank you. Success to KMBD. Thank you. Namo
Okay,
Buddhaya.
thank you so much, Mr. Ponijan Liao, for taking the time to be able to give Dhamma Desana for all of us. And thank you guys for your participation and your cooperation, of course. Okay, then for our last session, there will
Pak Petrus want to say something, Elsa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, before you leave. By the way, I am very blessed. I am very grateful to have Dr. Punijan Liao with us. He is one of the most outstanding lecturer as well as motivator, guru to us all.
Thank you.
So I really thank you, Mr. Punijan. By the way, I am the advisor of KMBD.
Oh, wow. Great. Thank you, Pak Petrus, to guide my beloved brothers and sisters in Dharma here.
Yes, yeah. And thank you for learning Dhamma from you.
Thank you.
So I would like to greet also the freshmen, in front of Dr. Ponijan, Elsa, and friends from KMBD. We want to welcome you, the freshmen, to the club, Venus want you to grow fully as person, yeah, not only
Mm.
in academic, in technical
Right.
skills, or also in physical terms, but also spiritually. So this is the taste of it, yeah. For Buddhist students, we have KMBD, Keluarga Mahasiswa Buddhis Dhammawadana, yeah, to facilitate your spiritual growth, yeah, to give a home, yeah, spiritually for you. So we want you to feel at home, to strive for excellence and to grow fully. That's why I invite the KMBD from Binus Kemanggisan, because they are already well established, and we
Mm.
would like to reach out to you, yeah, Binus international students, for the Buddhist students. Yeah, you have KMBD, and this is the common regular activity every Friday. We have this religious activity hour. Yeah, so please feel welcome to nourish yourself spiritually and grow in Dhamma. We will invite again Mr. Ponijan to come and others resources, trusted resources, yeah, to help our students to grow, yeah. So I believe KMBD have done their expo last, it was on Wednesday, yeah. So they have shared their events, their organizational cultures, yeah, to you. Feel free to join, because I want and I really rely on Venusian 24, the freshman is in Venus International, to start build KMBD here, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, hopefully we have also the branch of KMBD in Venus International, that we will be connected to the one in Kemanggisan, in Alam Sutra, in Bekasi, in Bandung, in Malang, that we can grow together while enjoying our campus life.
Mm.
So this is the vision, yeah, and we are very thankful, yeah. Dr. Ponijan come
Thank you.
and help us uh, today, but also I hope Elsa, Selvin, Emerson, yeah,
Mm.
you are very well connected with Mr. Ponijan. Kindly invite him for the greater good of all Buddhist students, yeah. Also for those in Bandung, Malang, Bekasi, hopefully we will have this kind of session, yeah. Now through online platform, we are well connected. Hopefully you can continue doing this for all of us. So Namo Buddhaya, I really thank you all.
Namo
Namo
Buddhaya.
Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you for Pak Petrus to speech and motivation for us as students. And thank you once again for Mr. Ponijan Liao.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have our last session. There will be a recitation of Parita or chanting led by our friends Dema and Krishna. Well, Dema and Krishna, please.
Okay, thank you, Elsa. Handamayang etawatati adipati danang karomase.
Let us do a merit sharing, beginning with the word etawata.
Etawata caam hehi samhatang punya sampadang sabe dewa numodantu sabah sampati sihia etawata caam hehi samhatang punya sampadang sabe buta numodantu sabah sampati sidhia etawata caam hehi samhatang punya sampadang sabe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya akasatha ca bhummatha dewa naga mahidhika punyang tang anumoditwa rakhantu loka santikang akasartha ca bhummartha dewa naga mahidhika punyang tang anumoditwa imang rakhantu Indonesia idang wo nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang wo nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang wo nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo dewo wasatu kalena sasa sampati hotu ca pito bawatu loko ca raja bhawatu dhamiko akasartha ca bhumatha dewa naga mahidika punyang tang anumoditwa cirang rakhantu sasanang akasartha ca bhumartha dewa naga mahidhika punyang tang anumoditwa cirang rakhantu desanang akasata ca bhumata dewa naga mahidika punyang tang anumoditwa cirang rakhantu mampareti.
As much as we acquired and collected merit, may all the deities also rejoice to get variegated fortune. As much as we acquired and collected merit, may all non-human beings also rejoice to get variegated fortune. As much as we acquired and collected merit, may all human beings also rejoice to get variegated fortune. May beings in celestial and terrestrial may always protect the world peace. May beings in celestial and terrestrial, devas and nagas of mighty power, after being enjoyed this merit of ours, may always protect Indonesia. May all this merit pour to our relatives who have passed away. May they be happy. May all this merit pour to our relatives who have passed away. May they be happy. May all this merit pour to our relatives who have passed away. May they be happy. May rain falls in the right time. May world thrive quickly and always be happy and peace. May government do justly. May beings in celestial and terrestrial, devas and nagas of mighty power, after being enjoyed this merit of ours, may always protect the dispensation. May beings in celestial and terrestrial, devas and nagas of mighty power, after being enjoyed this merit of ours, may always protect Dhamma. May beings and celestial and terrestrial, devas and nagas of mighty power, after being enjoyed this merit of ours, may always protect all of us.
Handamayang Ratana Suttang Bharnamase.
Let us read Discourse of the Jewels.
Yanidha Bhutani Samagatani Umaniwayaniwa Talike Tatagatang Dewa Manusa Pujitang Buddhang Namasama Tihotu Yanidha Bhutani Samagatani Umaniwayaniwa Talike Tatagatang Dewa Manusa Pujitang Damang Namasama Tihotu Yanidha Bhutani Samagatani Bhumaniwaya Talike Tatagatang Dewa Manusa Pujitang Sanghang Namasama Tihotu.
We beings here assembled, whether terrestrial or celestial, salute the accomplished Buddha, honored by gods and men. May there be happiness. We beings here assembled, whether terrestrial or celestial, salute the accomplished Dhamma, honored by gods and men. May there be happiness. We beings here assembled, whether terrestrial or celestial, salute the accomplished Sangha, honored by gods and men. May there be happiness.
Let's end this session by reciting Nama Karagata. Arahang Sama Sambuddho Bhagawa Buddhang Bhagawantang Abhiwademi
Bhagawa, the Exalted One, who has attained supreme enlightenment. I kneel in front of Buddha, the Blessed One.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami.
Dhamma has completely expounded by the Blessed One. I kneel in front of Dhamma.
Supatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Sanghang Namami.
Sangha, the student of Bhagawa, has acted perfectly. I kneel in front of Sangha.
Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitata. May all living beings be happy.
Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Thank you to Dharma and Krishna for leading the Parita and chanting reading. Oh, for those of you who want to know more about KMED itself, you can go to our social media accounts and don't be shy about asking questions. There are YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and a website that will certainly be answered by KMBD. It's definitely very friendly, exciting, and feel free to ask questions and chat with us at KMBD. And for all of you, take a screenshot of this screen so you guys don't miss any information from KMBD itself. So before we end it, I'm going to ask for your help to fill this questionnaire given by Binus University itself. And so make sure to scan the barcode on screen or access the link below. Thank you.
Ehipasiko Hamesiyono, the teaching of peace, the teaching of love, the teachings of the Buddha is for all who want to be free forevermore.
Ehipasiko, come and see, you know, the teaching of peace, the teaching of love, the teachings of the Buddha is for all who want to be free forevermore.
But don't just believe, investigate. Do not simply accept what you hear or see, not even if it's uttered by me.
So don't just agree, you've got to verify. When you know that it's good and it's praised by the wise, then live up to it the rest of your life.
But don't just believe, investigate. Do not simply accept what you hear or see, not even if it's uttered by me.
So don't just agree, you've got to verify.
When you know that it's good and it's praised by the wise, then live up to it the rest of your life. Ehipasiko, come and see, you know, the teaching of peace, the teaching of love, the teachings of the Buddha is for all who want to be free forevermore. Ehipasiko, come and see, you know, the teaching of peace, the teaching of love, the teachings of the Buddha is for all who want to be free forevermore.
thank you for your cooperation and your participation, of course. And thank you for Mr. Petrus for joining us as well. And I want to remind you guys, don't forget to register yourself as a member of our family because it is definitely exciting. Our family is so friendly. Of course, there are lots of events that will accompany you and also improve your skills and can have an extraordinary experience and organization. And last but not least, we will always spread kindness with others. So, in the chat column that have a link for registration to joining us as a KMBD member. And I hope the information is useful and may all living beings be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I'm Elsa as a MC today's spiritual session. I want to say thank you for all of you guys for joining us and see you guys at Binus University. Namo Sanghyang Adi Budaya, Namo Budaya. For our fellow freshmen, you are free to leave this meeting. Thank you.